Every sales enablement professional knows the truth. Success isn't just about closing deals, it's about setting your team up to close them. And that's where leading indicators come into play. These metrics don't measure what's already happened, they predict what's coming next. So stick around as we dive into the data points that help you fine-tune your strategy and help your reps close more deals. Leading indicators are all about potential. While lagging indicators tell you how the game ended, leading indicators show you what's happening during the game, giving you the chance to step in and make changes before it's over. More specifically, they measure the activities, behaviors, and inputs that pave the way for future success. Think of them as early warning signals or signposts. If something is off, these metrics will flag it before it snowballs into becoming a much larger issue. Here's an analogy I like to use. Imagine you're driving a car. Lagging indicators are the odometer and the fuel gauge, telling you how far you've gone and what you've used to get there. Leading indicators, on the other hand, are the GPS and traffic alerts, helping you adjust course in real time to avoid delays and reach your destination faster. So that's the analogy, but what are some actual leading indicators in sales enablement? One of the most critical leading indicators is time to productivity. This measures how long it takes new sales reps to ramp up and start hitting their targets. For example, let's say your onboarding program takes 90 days to get reps up to full productivity. But you notice that reps who complete a new role-playing workshop during onboarding are consistently ramping up in 60 days instead. That's a 33% improvement and a clear sign that your new initiative is working. By tracking this metric, you can identify bottlenecks in your onboarding process and make improvements that accelerate productivity right across your team. Another powerful leading indicator is available selling time. How much time your reps actually spend selling versus getting bogged down by administrative tasks and hunting for resources. Here's a relatable example. Imagine a rep spending hours each week digging through shared drives to find the right content for their calls. That's time they're not selling. But if your enablement team streamlines content access, like introducing a centralized searchable library, you can give your reps that time back. Track this metric and you'll see the ripple effects of those changes in improved productivity, higher morale, and eventually better results. Speaking of content, let's talk about content usage. This metric measures how often your sales reps are engaging with the resources your team provides. Think battle cards, case studies, and pitch decks. For example, if your competitor comparison chart hasn't been touched in months, that's a red flag. Maybe your reps don't know it exists, or maybe they tried using it and found it to be unhelpful. Either way, it's a sign to revisit that resource and make it more useful. On the other hand, if your reps are regularly using a new objection handling guide you created, that's a clear sign that it's hitting the mark. Next, let's talk about something less tangible but just as important, and that's sales confidence. A rep's knowledge of your product is only half the battle. They also need to convey that knowledge with conviction and authenticity. Imagine running a training session to help your reps build confidence in handling tricky objections. Afterward, you start tracking their performance in role-play scenarios and see a marked improvement. That's a leading indicator of success because confident reps don't just sound better, they close more deals. Sales is a numbers game, which is why the number of activities is such a valuable metric. This tracks the volume of relevant sales activities reps perform, like calls made, emails sent, and meetings booked. For example, if a rep's call volume is consistently lower than their peers, it might indicate that they're struggling with time management or facing other challenges. By addressing this early, you can course correct before it starts to impact their results. But it's not just about quantity, it's about quality too. Tracking this metric in tandem with others, like conversion rates, helps you understand whether the activities are driving the desired outcomes. Finally, let's look at sales stage conversion rates, the percentage of deals moving from one stage of your sales process to the next. Here's a practical scenario. If 70% of opportunities make it to stage 2, but only 30% progress to stage 3, that's a signal that something is going wrong. Maybe your reps need more training to handle objections at that stage, Or perhaps the resources they're using aren't resonating with prospects. By tracking these rates right across the pipeline, you can pinpoint where deals are stalling and take targeted action to address those issues. So why do leading indicators matter? Well, leading indicators are your strategy's smoke detector. They alert you to problems before they turn into fires. They help you make proactive decisions, refine your enablement efforts, and ensure that your team is on track to achieve their goals. For example, if you notice a drop in content usage, you can intervene by running a quick training session or refreshing your content library. Or if a rep's activity levels are unusually low, you can step in to identify and address the root cause before it affects their quota attainment. Leading indicators like time to productivity, selling time, and sales stage conversion rates are invaluable tools for sales enablement professionals. They don't just measure your team's current performance, instead they give you insights you need to stay ahead of the curve. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And check out the links in the description box below for even more sales enablement content just like this. See you next time.